Okay, I think I have everything I need here. We've brought out the lumpia, or the mixture, from the refrigerator, and we're going to take off the wrap, and as you can see, it's fairly moist still. You can see the sheen on it, I think. Nah. But we're going to just go ahead and stir this through a little bit, because I want to reiterate about this soy sauce. The soy sauce has the salt component, and so we're not adding any kind of salt per se. Just salt. And salt will extract moisture out of things, and so while this marinated, the salt in the soy sauce, that's hard to say, pulled the moisture out of the carrots, out of the garlic, out of the onion, out of the pork, out of the cabbage, and that's where your flavors really come together and become one. And so we just want to mix that up and make sure that don't leave liquid, or in this case flavor, in the bottom of the bowl. Get that incorporated into your mixture. Okay? So, and we have our wrappers. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut these open with a pair of scissors, because this isn't one of those things that says pull here to open. And usually when they do, they don't work anyway. And let's see if we can get these bad boys out of here. Come on, don't fight me. It's not going to do you any good. Do not fight the hootman. Alright, it's going to fight me. But I guarantee you, I'm going to win. Now, so let's get these out. And when these wrappers are pulled into their individual, peeled off, they're pretty fragile. So you do want to be careful with them. But when they're in a stack like this, I'm going to leave that paper there for just a moment, I guess. See there how flimsy that is? This thing says, I think there were I've already thrown it away, there were 14 of them there. And you can see the flour on it. I mean, it's floured dough. And strength in numbers, right? And this is no different. So we're going to want to cut these into diagonally, and create twice as many wrappers as we have here. Now, if you were doing an egg roll, like a Chinese dish or something like that, yeah, the directions on the package says, take your thing, put it there, flip it over, roll it, and you have this egg roll that's this big around. Lumpia is not like that. Lumpia is small, so you don't need as much of the egg roll, or the wrapper. And so I like to just use something straight edge as a guide, and corner to corner, right? And you might say, ooh, Lawson, that was in the damn mail. Who knows how many hands have touched that and how nasty it is. Well, guess what? This thing's fixing to go into some hot oil, and everything's gonna die. We're all gonna die. So I like to just take a pizza cutter and just kind of go along here, use that as a guide, and cut those in half, and get it as even as you can, because you don't want half your wrappers being bigger than the other half, whatever. And so here we go. We'll flip these over. We've now got a nice huge stack of wrappers, and I'm going to set these, I think I can set these right here. Okay, now, so we're going to peel one off gently, right? See how flimsy they are? And we're gonna set that here. And here's our, we're finished with the pizza cutter, we're finished with the knife. We're gonna take our, oop, crap. I spilled some egg. Dealy squat. So now we're just gonna take our spoon, get us a good mix that we're satisfied with here. And just get you some on your spoon, okay? This doesn't have to be exact. I mean, we talk about 2 tablespoons, but just look what you're doing. And spread that out. And I'm going to show you this a couple of times, so don't freak out on me. Don't freak out on me, man. And just, you know, kind of gauge what you have to work with here. That's not bad. That, to me, I kind of like that. Okay, and we're going to just wipe our fingers off there and dry them off. You don't want to mess with these wrappers. You don't want to get them wet. Take the ends and just flip that over, okay? Now take that and just kind of pull it back to you. Make it round, right? Take your fingers, kind of spread it out towards the ends, yeah? And then, and don't be too rough with it because you can tear them. Now I'm going to turn this sideways so you can see. When you fold in the ends, don't just fold it on top. Fold it in, see where that meat is there? Just kind of cover that up. That's going to, and then pull it to some more, and then to roll that over, okay? You can keep shaping it. I do anyway. I'm just picky like that. And see, now you have this much more of the wrapper left that you can take your finger, dip it in your egg, and just put it on this part. Don't put it on up here too. Egg will not stick to egg. Egg will stick to wrapper. So don't think you're going to get a better seal by rubbing it up here and down there. Just one part. Roll it on over snugly, right? And set it off to the side. That's one. And look how many we got to go. This is what, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into making lumpia. I mean, you've seen already what we've done. And so that's why we have the golf club and the zapper to you know, it's a little bit of an effort to do this. And you can use your utensil, whatever you're using, to kind of, you know, spread that out some. Okay, keep it towards the back edge. It's okay, because when you flip it over, again, grab the edges, right? Flip it over, pull it to you. Kind of spread it out, work it. Fold those in at the bottom here, where the meat is kind of coming out, not on top up here. If you do it up here, it's going to take more of a roll to get that sealed, and you're not going to have as much of this left. So get it down here, give it a nice another little, just, you know, almost a half a turn, right? Now they're tucked in. Get you some egg on as much of that as you want. Roll it up, and it's going to seal. That egg's going to dry and seal that. And just in case I forget later, once these go into the pan, we're going to go seam side down to cook that first and really get that sealed up. So I'm going to get some more of these rolled up. I'm not going to do the whole thing. And this is another thing. When you buy your pork, reach in the back of the rack at the grocery store when they have them in there. The grocery stores do rotate their stock, and they're going to have this stuff that expires soonest up front. And so reach in the back and get something that doesn't expire for a few days, because you can wrap all these. They say you can wrap all these and freeze them and stuff, but come on, we know we don't want to do that. So get you some pork that's going to last for a few days. Make as many. I'm doing this in a pan. You can do 15 lumpia in a 10-inch skillet. The oil's over there getting hot, before you start getting so much burnt pieces in the bottom that you really won't want to cook in it anymore. So that being the case, the first 5 are for you. They're going to be that you put all the work into it. The first 5 are for you. They're going to be the most crunchiest. Okay. Second 5 is for your significant other, and the other 5's for your kids or your neighbor or whoever came to hang out with you. So I'm going to do about 15 of these, and when we come back, then we'll start frying them.